Hi, so today we're going to do a yoga warm-up running yoga warm-up. Yoga running warm-up. A yoga running warm-up. Maybe a little sequence, a little quick sequence that you can do before you go running. So the purpose of this is to, number one, find your breath. So a lot of people say to me that when they run that they find it hard to breathe, but yeah, obviously breathing is pretty important when you run. So if you can maybe find a gentle, calm breath, maybe really find that breathing deep into your belly, hopefully then that will translate over a little bit to when you're running, even if it's just for the first 5 minutes, then eventually you'll be able to keep building it up and keep being more aware of your breath and that deep belly breathing. The second purpose of these exercises is to switch on your muscles. So it's not all just about your legs working. You want to be more efficient by switching on stabilizing muscles, having strong core and strong posture muscles, so you're much more upright, and that will also help with things like your breathing as well. And then just to get some mobility in your joints, so to wake up and stretch out a little bit your muscles and your joints around everything as well. So let's get started. You're going to start in child's pose. So starting in child's pose, just bring your head down to the mat. Bring your arms out nice and long, and then try and relax your shoulders away from your ears. So in this position with your breath, with your stomach, your belly, I think I was going to say, with your belly resting on your thighs. Try and take some nice deep breaths into your belly and see if you can get that feeling of your belly pushing into your thighs, and then releasing as your hips sink back down towards your heels. So on your exhales, just try and make them nice and soft. So to release a little on the exhales. And then on your next inhale, push down through your hands and come up onto all fours. So bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale as you drop your chest down in between your shoulders, look up towards the sky, so cow. Exhale, tuck your belly under, look down in between your knees, round through your spine. Inhale, come forward to cow. Exhale, tuck your belly under to cat pose. So really try and round through your spine, try and open up through your upper back and down through your lower back. Inhale, come forward, look up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back down away from your ears. Exhale, start to draw your belly into your spine as you come up into this cat pose. Inhale, come through, look up towards the sky. Exhale, tuck under, draw your lower belly into your spine. Same, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high and come into downward dog. Push down through the thumbs, so really spread your fingers and push down through your thumbs. Try and draw your shoulders away from your ears, and then keep a slight bend in your knees, especially if it's early morning. Your legs probably haven't warmed up yet. And then try and send your tailbone high to the sky. And let's walk your feet out a little bit. So bend one knee, push one heel down to the ground, and then change to the opposite side. So bend one knee, push one heel down to the ground, just trying to get a stretch down through that lower leg into your calves. So it's like you're walking on one heel, high heel, and then you take it off, and then you're putting the other foot on the high heel, pushing the other heel down to the ground. I don't know why that seemed to work. So try and make sure here too, just for the moment, that your heels are going down directly behind your middle toes. So sometimes they might want to come in if you have collapsed arches. So really try and push them down straight. Okay. And then slowly come back to center, bend both knees, and then push both heels down towards the ground. Maybe really send your tailbone up high towards the sky. Just take one more breath here. And then lift your right leg up, step your right foot towards your right thumb, or if you need to, you can place your hand on your ankle and move it up any way you can. Drop your left knee down towards the ground. Good. Reach your chest forward and start to feel your left hip coming down towards the ground. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. So still try and make sure your right heel is close to under your right knee, so you don't want to be forward too far. You want to more draw your hips forward. So squeeze a little bit in your left bum cheek, and then reach your arms up. So this left hip's going to drop down. You're going to open up through the front of that left side. Just feel a stretch and opening in your left side body. Reach your arms up more to get more of that opening inside of your left side. Then you're going to inhale, come forward, reach your arms back, and get a little squeeze in your shoulder blades here. Reach your hands back towards your foot. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, open through the front of that left side body. And then exhale, come down, reach your hands back towards your foot, chest forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down, reach your chest forward, slightly squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, bring your hands down towards the mat. So hands under your shoulders, lift, You're going to keep your right foot on the ground, reach your chest forward, and then exhale, send your hips back. And then if you can, lift your right toes to get this stretch through the back of your right leg. Inhale, come forward, reach your chest forward. And then exhale, come back, lift your right toes. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back, lift your right toes. Inhale, come forward. One more time, exhale, come back, lift your right toes. Really reach your chest forward here. Push the top of your right hip back. And then inhale, come forward, place your hands flat on the mat, or any way you can, come back to downward dog. Bend your knees a little here again. Push your tailbone high to the sky. So really try and lengthen through your back. Try and find that connection in your lower belly. Lift your left leg up and then bring your left knee in towards your left wrist, left foot, and just flat onto the ground. Any way you can. Then drop your right knee down. Reach your chest forward. So let this right hip sink down towards the ground. Then inhale, reach your arms up. Breathe into your belly, open through this right side. So maybe squeeze a little in your right booty. Push your right hip forward till you find that stretch and opening through the front of that right side. Then the more you reach through your arms, you're going to get more of a stretch down through that body. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, come up. So inhale, come forward. Make this active. Try and draw your shoulders back and down. Reach towards your back heel. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Reach towards your back heel. Inhale, come up. Really push that right hip forward. Open through that right side. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Last time, really reach, open through your chest. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, bring your chest forward. And then exhale, come back, lift your left toes. So don't worry if you can't straighten your leg here. It's quite hard to straighten your leg when your chest is this close to your foot. Well, no, not hard. Some people that are really flexible can do it. So it's more about getting your hip back. So you don't need to come all the way back and sit on your heel. You want to keep reaching your chest forward and pushing the top of your left hip back. Inhale, come forward. Then exhale, come back. So imagine like you're trying to kiss your big toe. Inhale, come forward. If you can do that, that's pretty awesome. Exhale, come back. There's probably definitely some dancers out there. I do a lot of running. So running doesn't really make you flexible, but that's why you do this. Try and keep that mobility while you're doing other things. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, come back. We probably did one more on this side. That's okay. Inhale, come forward. Plant your hands down. Tuck your back toe under. Any way you can, come back to downward dog. So hips high to the sky again. Maybe walk your feet out a little bit again. But this time, turn your toes in and bring your heels out. So don't worry about being in line this time. Push one heel down to the ground so you should get more of a stretch in that outside of your calf. So it's like you're almost duck-footed, so your toes are pointing in towards each other. Push one heel down to the ground and then come up, and then the other heel down to the ground. Try and get that stretch in the outside of your calves. And then come back to center. Inhale, come forward into plank. So drawing up through your lower belly, look down in between your hands. So belly's lifted. This top probably looks like my belly's all over the place, nice and baggy. But I am drawing my belly button up to my spine. Then exhale, lift through your spine, come back to downward dog. So try and get that movement, mobility in your lower back and your hips. I think you only have one lower back. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, draw your belly out towards the sky, downward dog. One more time, inhale, come forward to plank. So keep that lower belly drawing in. Now either come down to your knees or lower slowly down into the ground under your chest, any way you can. So you're going to start with your forehead on the mat here. Bring your hands back so your pinky fingers are touching your hips. So your elbows are pointing up towards the roof. Your pinky fingers are touching the sides of your hips. Draw your shoulders back. And then you're going to lift your elbows up towards the sky. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Now tuck your toes under just to get a little bit more here. Squeeze your knees together and then lift your thighs off the ground. So it's like your legs almost like plank legs. Your hips are coming down in towards the ground, squeezing your shoulder blades back in together. So your elbows are coming back together. Your pinky fingers are squeezed into your sides. Your neck stays nice and long, so if it's easiest, bring your forehead to the ground. So we're not trying to arch through your back. We're trying to work on this upper back here. Keep squeezing your palms, your elbows in towards each other. Keep squeezing your legs together. Take one more breath here. And then you're going to bring your hands in. So your thumbs are in your armpits. Yep, thumbs in your armpits, palms facing the ground. Roll your shoulders back. Chin into your chest, so lengthening through your neck. Keep those thighs lifted. Squeeze those legs together. Squeeze your elbows back. Try and really bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Breathe. So you want to feel your upper back starting to work. Those upper back muscles burning now. A good burn. Should be a good burn. Still breathing into that lower belly, so you should feel your lower belly rising, falling into the mat. You shouldn't feel any pain in your lower back. If you do, draw your lower belly in, squeeze your bottom more. And then bring your arms out. Fingertips touching the ground. Squeezing your legs together. I'm losing my words because my legs are starting to shake because I'm squeezing them together so much. So just fingertips on the mat. Try and lift through your armpits so you're working into these lats. Keep breathing. Stretch those arms out longer. Squeeze those legs together more. We're going to do 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Squeeze those legs together. Lift through your armpits and then relax down to the mat. Bring your hands back to under your shoulders. Lift your hips high. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips to downward dog. Breathe. And then inhale, come forward. Come onto your hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. So I don't know if anyone else is sweating already, but I am. So I'm in Singapore and it's quite humid. I'm still getting used to it. I've been here for exactly a week today. It's getting used to this humidity. Okay, send your right leg out. I mean, I'm glowing. Isn't that what I'm supposed to say? I'm glowing, I'm not sweating yet. Take an inhale and then exhale, lift your right leg up. So make sure this right leg is really strong. So push out through your heel, push the back of your knee up towards the sky. Good, slowly lower it down. And then exhale, lift. So try and think about working everything in the back of your legs. So you're lifting from your bum. Exhale, lift and hold. Now if you can, if you want to try, bring your left arm out too. So it's really important to draw in that lower belly. Send your left arm out and then lift. Slowly lower. So don't think about the height here, think about the length. From the very tip of your fingers to your heel, push out through that heel. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Keep pushing through the thumb on your right hand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift through, up through that lower belly, hold. Find more length, so really try and activate fingertip to heel. And then you're going to bring your left hand out to the top of the left corner of your mat, your right foot out to the side, so you're kind of like making an X shape. Come back to the center. Inhale, come out. Exhale, draw your lower belly in, come back to center. Inhale, come out. Exhale, come back in. Bring your left hand down to the ground. Don't drop your right leg yet, bend your knee. Heel is going to come up towards the roof. Keep looking straight down in between your hands. And you're going to just pulse for 8, 7. So just pushing your heel up to the roof, activating through that glute. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then draw that knee in. Push your hips back onto your heels and come to child's breath. Child's pose for just 3 breaths. So again, find that nice deep breath into your belly. You should try and be continuing it through this whole class. Hopefully you are. Inhale, come forward onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide, so hands directly under your shoulder. Lengthen your left leg out nice and long. So heel, push out through your heel. Push the back of your knee up towards the sky. Push down strongly through your hands. Draw your lower belly in. Take an inhale, then exhale, lift it up. So hip high. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Push out through your heel. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Push out through your heel. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And then lengthen your right arm out as well. Exhale, lift together. So again, length, reach, reach, reach. Slowly lower. Good. Exhale, reach. Slowly lower. Good. So again, this top's probably not helping, but draw your lower belly into your spine. So really flat through this area. Exhale, lift and hold there. So keep drawing through your lower belly. Keep reaching out through your fingertips. Now bring your right hand out towards the right. Left leg out towards the left. Slowly come back to center. So switching on your obliques and just getting that cross, that posterior chain working. So from your fingertips down to your heel, working all those muscles in your back. One more time. Come back to center. Bring that right hand down. And, almost forgot. Left heel up towards the sky. And you're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that knee back down. Push back into child's pose just for 3 breaths. Again, focusing on that breath into your belly. And slowly come back to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips high to downward dog. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet, or your feet back to your hands, and come to a forward fold. Relax your head down. You can still keep it bending your knees or whatever feels best for you. Shake your head side to side. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring your hands to the sides of your shins. Lengthen your chest forward and try to come to a flat back position. Probably hard for you to tell, but imagine lengthening your head forward as you send your hips back. Good. So head forward, hips back. So this flat back position, belly drawn in. Draw your shoulders back, so using those upper back muscles that we're practicing. Good. Push through your heels, really push the tops of your hips back so you can feel your hamstrings really working. So pretty much from the back of your heels into your butt, through your lower back, your upper back is squeezing your shoulder blades together, Everything should feel like it's working as well as your belly. One more breath here, and then forward fold. So we're going to make that a little bit more active, just trying to switch on those muscles in the posterior chain. So inhale, come up, lengthen forward, hips back, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Chest forward. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Reach tall, reach tall, reach tall. Exhale, bring your hands down to your chest. Good. One more quick little exercise to get your ankles and your hips warmed up a little bit of balance going on. So bring your feet hip width apart. You're going to place your weight through your right leg, so really push down through your heel, straighten that leg, imagine lifting your kneecap up towards your hip, lift your left leg slightly off the ground. So already this is a little bit of a balance challenge, so maybe try and stare at something that's not moving. Good. So then slightly bend through your right knee, so really try and stay stable here. But tap your left foot forward to the side and then back. Good. Forward to the side and then back. Good. And then start to get a little bit of a bend in your right knee, just a micro bend, forward to the side and back. Forward, side, back. Now where you should start to feel this working is in your right hip. So right hip, a little bit in your right quad. Good. From that little bend. So you're straightening each time. So really try and push down through your big toe on that right foot. Make sure your arch is nice and lifted. So try and go just a little bit wider. This time we're going to do just 2 more. So both hips should face forward to the side. Your belly should stay nice and tight. One more, forward. I think I lost count then. I think I said 2 more and we did 3 more. Okay, and then put your left foot down. Transfer your weight onto your left foot. So slightly lift your right foot up. So get that balance first. Again, push down through that left big toe, through your heel, maybe hands on your hips. Look at something that's not moving. Small little micro bend in that left knee first and then tap forward, side, back. Forward, side, back. Good. I find it, and then bring a little bend to the knee. Forward, side, back. I find it easy to put my hands on my hips because you want your hips to stay relatively forward. You don't want a lot of this twisting action in this one. You want your hips to stay forward, tracking forward like you would when you're running. So your hips generally stay facing forward when you run. So that little bend, we're just going to do 3 more. So make sure you're straightening your leg forward, side, back to get that extra work. Forward, side, back, and then come back. Inhale, reach your arms up, reach up tall, open through your chest, maybe lean back slightly, and then bring your arms back down, and you are ready to go running. Hopefully it's not as humid where you are and you'll enjoy a nice long run. Thank you.